The Formula Drift Championship has officially hit the halfway mark as the series swings north to the Garden State. After Orlando, Frederick Aasbo has reclaimed the championship lead and also proves his talents by being the fastest Formula Drift driver to hit 7 victories. Right behind him, don't count out two-time Formula Drift champion Chris Forsberg, who's consistent. And lastly, Gittin Jr. with a dominant performance in Atlanta. Who will conquer the 33-degree banked wall here at Wall Speedway? Find out only on Universal Technical Institute Formula Drift, presented by Blackview. Hello Drift fans and welcome to New Jersey, playing host to round 4 of UTI Formula Drift Championship presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. I'm Jared Dienda and this is the premier international drifting sanction body. The Garden State Wall Stadium playing host to round 4. That means we're halfway through 8 rounds of this overall championship. This track, the fans, we got a beautiful day with the making of a great event. The narrative in this story is beginning to unfold on who is going to become our 2016 Formula Drift champion. Before we see the action of head-to-head battles, I throw it to my co-host, Ryan Sage.
All right, well, thanks, Jared. I'm down here on the course at Wall Speedway, AKA the Gauntlet. And the reason it's known by that is right behind me. That big wall is 33 degrees of banking leading into a cheese grater surface. Now, your setup on your vehicle has to be absolutely perfect because as you come down on this flat surface and wrap around outer zone number 2, you come through this power alley here where you can minimize your angle and run away from the chase driver. You don't want to do that. You want to keep angle in the car, shoot for that last inside clip, and throttle all the way across the finish line. Drivers that can do that might find themselves on the podium here tonight. But before we get to that and all the action in the Great 8, let's go on board with our Blackview course preview.
What up? I'm Matt Field, and this is your Blackview course preview. Here in New Jersey, I start in second gear, roll off the line with minimal wheel spin. Get into third and throw the car right up towards the wall.
Ride the wall on outer zone 1 going into inside clip 1, but that's where the huge change in pavement is. 33 degrees of banking into a flat surface. Hit inside clip 1.
Big angle, big throttle, transferring down into the lower bank, second outer zone, and that's where you're nice and flat and just trying to get the perfect line and run that radius.
Letting the car sit on full lock, then shooting across infield, over the bumps.
It's another whoop section, worse than Orlando. Come out of there, out of inner clip 2, flick it into inner clip 3, and then carried out on throttle through outer zone 3.
After the touch and go, make sure you are on inner clip 4 and finish out the course hard on the throttle. And that was your Blackview course preview.
Drifting is the only motorsport in the world that is based on judging, so let's break down how that works. In head-to-head battles, the lead driver is supposed to run a specific judging line with as much angle as possible. The lead driver is setting the pace, but the chase driver is supposed to utilize the lead driver as a moving clipping point. Wherever the lead goes, the chase should go too. After 2 runs with each driver leading once, the driver that was the most consistent, most aggressive, and was able to show clear dominance over the other driver will win the matchup.
And that is your Formula Drift judging criteria brought to you by The General.
Ryan, we've already seen some insane battles here, but now the Great 8 has shaped. On deck, Dean "Carnage" Kearney against Alex Heilbrunn, who is a real promising driver. Hasn't really flourished until now. He is on fire. He's going to be out front as he qualified 9th, opposed to Dean Kearney's 17th.
Well, we're definitely seeing his talent start to shine here in the pro class as he takes on Dean Kearney. Big initiation there. Like to see him a little bit higher on the bank.
And I know the judges would as well as they come slamming down to that flat portion. Flat out. Ooh, Dean Kearney taking another front clip. Small deduction there, but nothing big.
Well, big angle here from Alex Heilbrunn as he takes the lead against Dean Kearney. Dean, a master chaser and looking for opportunity to attack. He does on the inside right here, but almost gets a little bit out of whack.
Dean Kearney, good execution there. You saw him just barely escape some contact there. Let's take a look at it again, Ryan.
The judges really want to see you come through the power alley and then stay wide and then late apex that last inside clip. You can see right here on board with Dean Kearney. He's coming through the smoke cloud against Alex Heilbrunn.
All right, here we go. You can see the degree of the bank there as they start to leave the line. They slide down a little bit and need to gain that traction. Dean does just that, cutting through the smoke. The Achilles radial's high and tight on that cheese grater edge.
Whoa, there's a big mistake right there by Dean Kearney, and he shuts it down coming off the bank. Let's take a look here on board with Alex Heilbrunn right there, just loses angle and has to shut it down.
Oh, bummer for Dean, but Alex Heilbrunn taking a look at Universal Technical Institute judging results. Alex gets the win.
Everything's going really good. The car is feeling great, and I'm feeling really confident, so we'll see what happens now.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Universal Technical Institute. Chosen by industry, ready to work. By Blackview, over the cloud. And by Hankook Tire, driving emotion.
Welcome back to Wall, New Jersey, playing host to round 4 of Universal Technical Institute Formula Drift Championship, presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. The fans coming out in droves. Ryan, this track, some love it, some hate it. Vaughn Gittin Jr., Frederick Aasbo, we'll see who loves it even more after they go toe-to-toe.
Well, these are definitely the battles we'll be talking about at the end of the season as both drivers are shooting for championships.
Here we go, slingshotting off the start line, gaining traction. Vaughn Gittin Jr. getting really tight to that wall. Let's see how they navigate this first front clip.
You can see the rate of acceleration, a real advantage for Vaughn Gittin Jr. on the bank. Now Frederick Aasbo starting to reel him in here. Door-to-door action as we come across the power alley.
You can see where they scrub some speed, but now powering through the whoop section into that final rear clipping zone. Vaughn Gittin Jr. cuts it back in and crosses the finish line.
Well, Aasbo falling off towards the end there as Gittin stays nice and consistent. You can see the wall, such an important aspect of this track, and Vaughn does it masterfully.
Let's alternate the order here as Frederick Aasbo, the Norwegian Hammer, will be out front. 2010 Formula Drift champion of Vaughn Gittin Jr. giving chase.
Well, Vaughn tucking in right behind Frederick Aasbo. Aasbo, good job on initiation, getting high on the bank here as now he reaches down, but Vaughn Gittin Jr. right there with him.
Aasbo trying to smoke him out, but the monster Mustang is not going anywhere. Vaughn Gittin Jr. piloting that vehicle properly.
Keeping the pressure on is Vaughn Gittin Jr. as Frederick Aasbo, good angle out front here. Now let's see as he transitions back around. He tries to stay wide, pulls a little bit of a gap against Vaughn Gittin Jr., but then Vaughn closes the door right across the finish line.
Aasbo really ticking the boxes here up front. He had a great chase run. Vaughn Gittin Jr. tucking in, nice and firm. Here we go. Let's take a look at the Universal Technical Institute judging results, and it's Vaughn Gittin Jr. getting the win 2-1.
Just went against Frederick Aasbo and just stayed focused on hitting my marks. Lead run, just went as hard as I possibly could. And then chase run, just put it through his door.
Well, in 2013, it came down to the final battle to find out which one of these gentlemen was champion, and Michael Essa came out on top. He was in a BMW, and he's back in a BMW. The loudmouth exhaust BMW on Achilles radials is going against two-time FD champion of Chris Forsberg.
Short run up here to initiation as Forsberg takes the lead. Oh, diving in right there is Essa, then makes a mistake. Essa looking very consistent throughout the day, but a big mistake on the bank.
Essa all up in his business. Look how thick that Hankook Tire smoke is. Michael Essa gains that traction, and he's staying close.
Oh, here we go, coming through the power alley now as Michael Essa tries to make up some ground after that mistake on the inside, and he goes way off course on that inside clip and hands a big advantage over to Chris Forsberg.
That is proof positive. It's hard to see through the smoke screen. You come down there in that flat portion, and Michael Essa completely blinded, going to the other side, the wrong side of that front clip. Here we go, Essa out front, Forsberg giving chase.
Well, big hill to climb here for Michael Essa as now he'll take the lead coming into initiation. Nice job starting off so far. Look at Forsberg down on the bank just a little bit.
Michael Essa, great execution on initiation. Coming to that first front clip. Good angle by both the gentlemen. Gaining proximity as Forsberg. Essa trying to throw it into the crease.
Forsberg on the inside here, navigating his way through the smoke cloud as both drivers come through the power alley.
Essa, good angle, and that Achilles smoke. You can see Forsberg just staying out of the smoke screen so you can see where Essa is going, rounding out around that final front clip.
So good battle here, but that mistake by Essa in run number 1 will just be too much to overcome. Forsberg keeps an eye on him, and that's going to wrap it up.
Let's take a look at the Universal Technical Institute judging results. Chris Forsberg advances on.
Yeah, we had a great lead run. We went nice and high on the bank, did our full qualifying style run, and he went 4 tires off going into the 3rd outer zone, which gave us a huge advantage on the 2nd run.
Here we go, Ryan. We're officially halfway through our grade 8. Ken Gushi, Matt Field. This should be a really fun one to watch. Gushi's just really been hitting his stride lately, and Matt Field, he lets it all hang out. Here we go.
Well, here we go. Ken Gushi trying to get back in the championship chase. Matfield is in his way. Both drivers initiate nice and high on the bank by Ken Gushi.
That gritty performance, Essa by Toyota 86, is getting all that neon shadow that is Matfield. Look at that pass that front clip as the sun is setting.
Wow, Matfield is laying on a ton of pressure to Ken Gushi, and look at this battle here in the Great 8 against these two rivals.
Look at him practically touching tires. Gushi using all the Oh, Matfield with the correction there, Ryan.
So a mistake by Matfield, just a bit over aggressive here. We've seen that from him in the past, but incredible job on the bank. Just look how close it is. That is so hard to do as a driver.
Man, great job. Look at that sun. That's really coming into play there. Mix the sun with the smoke screen. You're going to go practically blind. Here we go. Matfield out front. Gushi giving chase.
Matfield gets a pretty good jump against Gushi, starting to establish a big gap on the bank, and Gushi has got to catch up.
Whoa, Gushi throwing it up there. Got a little hairy there. That wall could write your car off. Matfield transitioning into that second rear clipping zone.
Now moving around this second to last corner here is Matfield with a big advantage. Lots of angle here as he wraps it up. Oh, and he gets unbound and spins out in front of Ken Gushi. Wow.
Gushi definitely caught a lucky break there, Ryan. You can see Matfield off to the races. He spins out. We saw something similar to this in Long Beach. Let's take a look at the Universal Technical Institute judging results. And there it is. Ken Gushi gets the win.
So on my lead lap, I just did my typical qualifying run. My spotter told me that he was on my door, but extremely shallow. However, his car was super fast. I mean, his car just blew me right off the straight, and I had a hard time keeping up and closing the gap. But he essentially took himself out by spinning right around inside clip 3, and I got the win. So I was extremely lucky.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Nexen Tire. Driving tomorrow. By FormulaD.com. For merchandise, tickets, and series information, head to FormulaD.com. And by the U.S. Air Force. Aim high.
The Final Four is set here at Wall Stadium in Wall, New Jersey. We are halfway through our Formula Drift Championship presented by Blackview Dash Cameras, and our first battle is on deck. Both these gentlemen on Nitto Tire rubbers. Who's going to put down the blackest mark here on the track? Vaughn Gittin Jr. or Alex Heilbrunn?
Well, both drivers having some success today, but only one can move on into the finals. Here we go, Vaughn Gittin Jr. taking the lead.
Vaughn Gittin Jr. going to initiate into that menacing wall, and he does a solid job, 71.2 miles per hour.
Looking very settled in that vehicle is Vaughn Gittin Jr. Big angle and speed through inside clip 1. That's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. But Alex Heilbrunn on the inside makes a little bit of a flub.
I don't know how Alex is cutting through that smoke. You can barely see, and look, it gets even closer.
So nice job by Alex maintaining some closeness to Vaughn Gittin Jr., but Vaughn out front with a near flawless lead run.
Yeah, great execution there by Vaughn, but Alex Heilbrunn not shaken. You got to remember, this is his first Formula Drift Pro season. He was just absolutely unstoppable in Pro 2, but now can he produce a podium finish? Here we go, Alex out front, Vaughn Gittin Jr. giving chase.
Through the gate into initiation, you can see Vaughn Gittin Jr. already pushing the pace here as he tries to stay close to Alex Heilbrunn. Alex on a mid-high line, now coming off the bank.
Look at that sun and the smoke, the combination of absolutely blindness. Alex Heilbrunn tucks into the crease. Good job by Alex. Vaughn Gittin Jr., he's mixing it up as well.
Through the power alley here, you can see a little bit of separation taking place as Alex shoots out wide to this last and final inside clip. Vaughn Gittin Jr. about 2 car lengths, 3 car lengths back.
Yeah, quite a bit of distance there. Let's take a look at this again. Vaughn was close on initiation, gave himself maybe a little bit too much room if you want to make this undeniable of him getting the victory. Let's take a look. Universal Technical Institute judging results. They're going one more time, Ryan, and I gotta agree with them. These two Nitto Tire shrouded vehicles, both V8, are doing battle once again.
Well, here we go, the one more time battle. Vaughn Gittin Jr. out front again. Snappy initiation, and look how high he is on the bank. He's near flawless there as Alex Heilbrunn tries to close the door. Oh, and makes a mistake in the chase position.
Yeah, Alex Heilbrunn got messed up there. Vaughn Gittin Jr. continuing the pace. Now Alex tucks in to that smoke cloud.
Coming off the bank, Alex makes a big mistake straightening behind Vaughn Gittin Jr. Now he's trying to make up ground here, but Vaughn has not made any mistakes in the lead position.
Let's take a look as we ride with Alex Heilbrunn right here. You see he straightens out there and then reinitiates. That's going to be an advantage there for Vaughn Gittin Jr., but now Alex will be up front. You know he's going to put down a gangster run. Here we go, Vaughn Gittin Jr. giving chase.
Well, here we go, second run of this one more time battle. Vaughn Gittin Jr. trying to move on into the finals. Alex trying to do the same. Alex on a mid-high line there. Now coming off the bank as Vaughn tries to close the door.
Vaughn Gittin Jr. again, maybe giving himself a little bit of room there. He does have the advantage, but not that big. Look at that, he gains the proximity, then Alex just pulls away from him.
Alex through the power alley. Like to see him have a little bit more angle coming through that section, but he does connect that touch and go area that wraps around to the last inside clip.
Let's ride shotgun with Vaughn Gittin Jr. We see Alex Heilbrunn bring into that second rear clipping zone, taking out just the corner marker there. Well, let's take a look at our Universal Technical Institute judging results. And it's 2-1. Vaughn Gittin Jr. gets the win.
So I just focused on my line. That's what the judges asked for. They don't want us running away from each other. And I definitely had a better line on my run. And he was a little shallow here and there, hit a clip. And so they did a good call on that one more time. We're moving on to finals. Again, I'm just pumped.
Well, here we are, the other side of the Final Four bracket. We just saw these gentlemen do battle in Orlando. Who's going to come out on top? Last time it was Chris Forsberg. Can Ken Gushi get some vengeance?
Well, these guys have had quite a few memorable battles here. Will this be another one here at Wall? Let's find out as Chris Forsberg takes a lead.
71.2 miles per hour. Ken Gushi mirroring him a little bit lower. Let's see if he can maintain. And Ken Gushi going. Exit stage right, Ryan.
Well, Forsberg, as a lead driver, does need to finish the run, and it looks like he'll do just that. But for Ken Gushi, it was a big mistake in shutting down off the bank.
Chris Forsberg continues through the course, and it looks like he will maybe be one half of a battle closer to being in the finals. Let's alternate the order. Ken Gushi will be up front with the deficit. Chris Forsberg giving chase.
Gushi, a lot of ground to make up here as Forsberg still not giving him an inch. Both drivers initiate nice and high on the bank by Ken Gushi.
68.8 miles per hour. Gushi high on the bank. This is exactly what he needs to do. He also needs Chris Forsberg to make a big mistake.
Nice transition there by Ken Gushi. Really like this lead lap that he's putting out, but you can see Forsberg is not giving him an inch, maintaining pressure through the power alley.
Great job by Gushi, throwing the smoke in his face, taking out that front clip, powering through. Forsberg actually struggling here, but he still holds on to the angle and that proximity.
Well, you can see coming off the bank here, so far so good for Ken Gushi. Tons of smoke for Chris Forsberg to navigate, but really that first run is going to be too much for him to overcome.
Here's the Universal Technical Institute judging results. Forsberg gets the win.
We're running nice high and wide, and as we transferred off of the bank, our rear end, I guess, hit his front end, and/or he was too close and didn't back off, and it spun him out, and he went spinning into the infield. We completed our run. We got our score. He got a 0. On the next run, we chased him with great proximity, no major mistakes, and got the win.
The finals are set, and it's two veterans of the sport, Vaughn Gittin Jr. and Chris Forsberg, when we return.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Universal Technical Institute, chosen by industry, ready to work. By FormulaD.com. For merchandise, tickets, and series information, head to FormulaD.com. By Nitto Tire, fueled by enthusiasts. And by Blackview, over the cloud.
Welcome back to Wall, New Jersey. The finals are here and upon us. Who's going to get the victory here? These are essentially their hometown track, as Chris Forsberg is from Pennsylvania, Vaughn Gittin Jr. from Maryland. Who's going to come out on top, Ryan? Who do you say, Vaughn or Chris Forsberg?
Well, Chris is the only active two-time champion, but Vaughn Gittin Jr. definitely has statistics on his side. He always seems to have Chris Forsberg's number.
Vaughn Gittin Jr. out front. Chris Forsberg giving chase. Strong initiation by Vaughn and getting high on the bank.
You can see Vaughn just does that bank almost perfectly. Forsberg a little bit down lower on the bank, as now he tries to surge on the attack on the inside.
Chris Forsberg shadowing Vaughn Gittin Jr. He is very close. These guys have seen a lot of track time against each other. Look how close they are.
And a little minor rub right there by Chris Forsberg making contact. It causes him to fall off a little bit and give Vaughn about a 3-car advantage across the finish line.
Ryan, great initiation and good chase by Forsberg, but as you said, some contact, causes Forsberg to fall back. He's now going to be leading the charge here as Vaughn Gittin Jr. will give chase.
Forsberg's last opportunity here to take out Vaughn Gittin Jr. Looks like Vaughn's got a lead after run number 1 and dives in and stays aggressive against Forsberg.
You see Vaughn just shimming there in that chase position. Vaughn slams down, as does Chris out front. Vaughn is mirroring him everywhere he goes.
Nice job by Gittin, staying nice and tight right here, coming through the smoke cloud, really putting the pressure on Forsberg as we come through the power alley.
Putting on one heck of a show here for the East Coast. our two East Coast drivers, Chris Forsberg, Vaughn Gittin Jr., wrapping it around in to that final front clip.
Well, I gotta think it's gonna come down to that contact in run number 1. Getting here, not very many mistakes, a little bit of a straightening right there through the power alley, but still too much to overcome from run number 1.
Your Universal Technical Institute judging results, Vaughn Gittin Jr. gets the win.
And with that, it's Alex Heilbrunn in 3rd place, Chris Forsberg in 2nd, and Vaughn Gittin Jr. in 1st.
Well, that's a wrap. We're officially halfway through the 2016 Formula Drift Championship presented by Blackview Dash Camera. Ladies, you guys have fun? All right, so did the fans here, and Vaughn Gittin Jr. grabs the win and 40-point margin out front of the pack in the overall championship standings. Chris Forsberg grabs 2nd and jumps up to 3rd overall, and a Formula Drift rookie, Alex Heilbrunn from Peru, gets the final podium spot. Ryan Sage is with our winner now.
All right, well, thanks, Jared. I am here with your winner, Vaughn Gittin Jr. Now, Vaughn, it was a hard-fought battle all weekend long, but you made some history tonight. You tie Sam Lehubenet for the all-time win, and you also take the lead back from Frederick Aasbo in the championship.
You know, I am just so pumped on that. I mean, we've been out here battling hard, and we brought a brand new Mustang this year. We've been developing for the last year, and I just feel so connected to it. And you know, I have an amazing team, amazing support system. So to be grabbing the points chase and to have the honor of being the winningest driver of Formula Drift, it's amazing. You know, this sport is my life, it's my passion, and I work really hard at it. So, you know, it's always nice when the results show the effort. So what an amazing event. These drivers in this series are just absolutely nuts. What we're doing out there should not be being done, but I love it.
Well, you're an inspiration to everybody about what's possible in this sport. Your winner here, Vaughn Gittin Jr. at Wall Speedway. Up next, round 5, Saint Eustache in Montreal. For everybody at Formula Drift and Jared Dienda, I'm Ryan Sage. We'll see you next time.
Yeah!
Here it is after the halfway point. Vaughn Gittin Jr. is our points leader, Frederick Aasbo in 2nd, Chris Forsberg in 3rd. And your Auto Manufacturers Championship, Essa by Toyota sits in 1st, Ford in 2nd, and Nissan in 3rd. Your Tire Manufacturers Championship, Nexen is still out front with Falcon in 2nd, Nitto Tire in 3rd. Well, we're officially halfway through our Formula Drift Championship presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. Join us for our next round of competition as we go north of the border in Montreal, Canada. In association with Formula Drift, this has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.